Hey, what's up there guys? Adjuman's here with another unboxing video. So today we are going to be cracking open the Izzet vs Golgari Duel deck, and it's brought to you by abugames.com. So down in the links below you guys are going to find their link where you can check them out, and you guys can actually order up a Izzet Golgari Duel deck. So I'll have the link down below to where you guys can actually purchase them. So we're going to be cracking this open here today and taking a look at the contents and all the cards that are inside for you guys that maybe are a little bit unsure of whether you want to purchase this duel deck or not. Now, this is perfect for newer players, players that are just casual, kitchen table type Magic, nothing way too serious. It comes with 2 pre-built decks, and they're a lot of fun. They have some cool cards, a few cards that I'm looking for, like Isochron Scepter and Brainstorm, and also Life of the Loam and some other stuff. But overall, they're pretty good for their price. They MSRP at $20 each of the duel decks, and you usually end up with somewhere around that price, or sometimes a little bit more in value. So you don't really make a whole lot of profit off of the individual cards, but it's definitely something that's really good for newer players and anybody that kind of plays casual and just wants to have fun with these decks. And you do get 2 foil mythics here, which we're going to take a look at in a second. So we're going to open this on up. I've done quite a few duel deck openings before, so I know how to open these, but it's just at the top here. Okay, so we're going to pull this out here and take a look at what all we have inside. We're going to put the box off to the side. And the first thing that we have to take a look at here are the deck boxes that we get. So you at least get a place to store your cards, so you guys don't have to worry about buying a deck box or anything like that. Now, these hold the cards unsleeved, so if you guys have sleeves for your cards, that's totally awesome because it keeps them intact. But unfortunately, these are a little bit too small to fit cards with sleeves, so just keep that in mind if you're sleeving up those cards. So you get 2 deck boxes. I'm going to put those up there somewhere. And now we're going to take a look at this. So we have our promo, altered cards here. And then we have a dual deck guide that talks about the deck lists for each of the decks and how the decks function and work, and just a little brief overview of how you should be playing and stuff to look out for. And then there's a Magic the Gathering how to play guide that just teaches you the basics of Magic if you're a new player or you maybe haven't even played Magic before. So they have those 2 guides, so we're going to put all of that off to the side. And now we have both of the decks here, so I'm going to have those. But first off, let's take a look at the new art for Gerard, Golgari Lich Lord. So he's a 2/2 for 4, double green, double black, and he gets +1/+1 for each card in your graveyard, or each creature card in your graveyard. And he has ability for 3, 1 generic, 1 black, and 1 green. Sacrifice another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's power, and sacrifice a swamp and forest, and you can return him from your graveyard to your hand. Seems pretty good. And then we have Izzet the Firemind. So I really like this guy for the EDH format as a general, but he's a 4/4 for 6, 2 generic, double blue, and double red. Flying, and whenever you draw a card in Izzet, the Firemind deals 1 damage to target creature or player, and then he has an ability for tap, and you draw a card. So Izzet's definitely a really cool legendary creature, but both of them are really nice. They're really shiny, and it's cool to have some altered versions of them as opposed to the regular ones that are already out. So we have 2 of these. I'm going to put them up here. Now we're going to take a look at the decks. So I'm assuming the tokens that are here are just going with one of the decks, because it seems like this one's the Golgari deck, but it has the Sapperling tokens on top of this, so we're just going to open this one up. Alright, so we have the Sapperling tokens, or at least just one. We have Clinfiend. We have another Clinfiend. Goblin Electromancer that makes your instants and sorceries cost a little bit less. Izzet Guildmage. Gelectrode. We Dragonauts. We have a Steam Core Weird. Shrewd Hatchling. Ogre Savant. Or Savant, I guess. Ogre Savant. Galvanoth. A rare. Izzet Chronarch. Jin Illuminatus. Cool card for EDH. Brainstorm. Very nice artwork for Brainstorm. I really like this new one. Brainstorm is an awesome card. Force Spike. Magma Spray. Icecron Scepter, which lets you imprint and then reuse spells each turn. Izzet Signet. We have Call to Heal. Train of Thought. Pyromatics. And another Pyromatics. We have Izzet Charm from Return to Ravnica. Reminisce. Thunderheads. Vacuum Melt. We have Dissipate. Quicksilver Dagger. Prophetic Bolt, which has a new art to it, which looks really awesome. Overwhelming Intellect. Sphinx Bone Wand, which is another big and awesome rare that we have here. Street Spasm. Invoke the Firemind. And then we have Fire and Ice, so whenever you play this you can choose either, which is kind of cool. And then we have our lands, so we have Forgotten Cave. We have Izzet Boiler Works. Another one. We have Lonely Sandbar with the Cycling. Nivix, Heir of the Firemind. Or Area of the Firemind. Then we have our basics, I suppose. Just our basics. So we have a couple of islands and some mountains. And that's it. Alright, so that is the Izzet deck that we have here. So we're going to put that back up here. And grab the Niv-Miz and put that on top. And now we're going to take a look at the Golgari deck. So, I'm going to open this on up. And the Sapperling token goes with the Golgari deck. So we have Plagued Rusalka. We have Elves of the Deep Shadow. Golgari Thug, which is kind of cool that they have a new art for it. This is probably something that I'm going to be including in my Legacy Dredge deck. Ravenous Rats, making people discard. Reassembling Skeleton. Boneyard Worm. We have the Krozda Guildmage. Putrid Leech. Stinkweed Imp. Another cool card. Eternal Witness is another very good card. We have Dregmangler. We have Shambling Shell. Brainweevil. Greater Moss Dog. So you have a lot of dredge cards already. Golgari Grave Troll. Kind of the biggest dredge card of them all. Stinger Fling Spider. We have Sadistic Hypnotist. Golgari Rotworm. And another Golgari Rotworm. We have a Glean Crawler. A Doomgape. So 2 rares in a row. We have a Golgari Signet. Ghoul's Feast. Yoke of the Damned. Life from the Loam. Golgari Germination. Putrefy, which is really awesome that they included Putrefy in here. Putrefy is just a great card. Destroy target artifact or creature and it can't be regenerated for 3. And then we have another one as well. Feast or Famine. Nightmare Void. We have Vigor Mortix. We have Grim Flowering. Twilight's Call. And then we have another dual card here. We have Life and Death. And then we have our lands. So we have Barren Moor, another cycling land. We have Dakmore Salvage. Golgari Rot Farm. And another Golgari Rot Farm. Spothghost the Restless Tomb. Tranquil Thicket, so another cycling. And then we have our basics. So we have our swamps. And we have our forests. And the forests look really nice. I really like the Ravnica lands that they chose to include. And another Saproling token that goes along with the Guild Mage. And I'm sure 1 or 2 other cards that are in here, but the Guild Mage was the biggest one that stood out to me. But yeah, both of the decks definitely have some really awesome things in it. A few key things that older players will remember and will have new versions of, like Brainstorm and cards like the Golgari Thug. So there's definitely some useful things out of it for players that are not just strictly casual, but these decks are definitely best for casual players, anybody that doesn't take Magic way too seriously. But it's always fun to grab some of these dual decks and just play it out with some of your friends and play Magic for what it's meant for, just having fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this opening video. If you did, please be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe for more Magic the Gathering content. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. And until next time, guys, have a wonderful, fun-filled Magic the Gathering day.